In this video, we'll be taking a look at 4 college basketball games happening on February 24, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 8 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 4 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. North Carolina versus Florida State. The Tar Heels are heading to Florida to face off against the Seminoles on Monday night. Coming off a crucial win on Saturday, North Carolina is keeping their NCAA tournament hopes alive with a 17-11 record, still hovering around the bubble. Meanwhile, Florida State put up a tough fight but ultimately fell short against Louisville on Saturday afternoon. Both teams are looking to build momentum as the season winds down. This matchup marks the only regular season meeting between these two teams this year. Last season, North Carolina dominated the series, going 3-0 straight up and 1-1 against the spread, including a commanding 25-point victory over the Seminoles in the Atlantic Coast Conference Tournament. While the Tar Heels haven't lived up to their usual high standards this season, they've shown flashes of their potential over the past 2 weeks. Their last 4 wins have come by an average margin of 12 points per game. On the other hand, Florida State's defense has been a concern lately, especially after giving up 89 points to a Louisville offense that ranks just below UNC in scoring average. North Carolina's offense, however, has been firing on all cylinders, averaging 89 points over their last 3 games. Historically, the Tar Heels have had the upper hand in this matchup, going 7-3 straight up and 6-2 against the spread in their last 10 games against Florida State. North Carolina seems to be finding their rhythm at just the right time, with the conference tournament and March Madness on the horizon. On Monday night, they'll look to outpace the Seminoles by playing fast and scoring in bunches. While Florida State also likes to push the tempo, the Tar Heels are even quicker. Both teams struggle from beyond the arc, but North Carolina has the slight edge in 3-point shooting. Defensively, neither squad has been particularly strong, with both ranking near the bottom of the Atlantic Coast Conference in scoring defense. This should give the Tar Heels the advantage, as their offense is far more potent. Florida State's inability to capitalize from the perimeter, they rank near the bottom of the Atlantic Coast Conference in 3-point shooting, will make it tough for them to exploit North Carolina's perimeter defense. With the Tar Heels heating up and their sights set on the postseason, they'll look to continue their recent success against the Seminoles, having won 7 of the last 10 meetings. Florida State hasn't inspired much confidence for most of conference play, even though they've managed to cover the spread in a few recent games, including a solid performance at home against Louisville. Still, I trust North Carolina's guards to handle whatever defensive pressure the Seminoles throw their way. Even with home court advantage, Florida State would need a few more points on the spread to make this a more appealing bet. So the North Carolina Tar Heels to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. North Carolina will set the tone on Monday night. They ranked 25th in the nation in pace of play, and Florida State, ranked 48th, will be more than willing to keep up. The Tar Heels have also gone over the total in 5 of their last 6 games, showcasing their high-scoring offense, which ranks 3rd in the Atlantic Coast Conference in both scoring and field goal percentage. Both teams should have plenty of opportunities to score, as neither defense has been particularly strong. North Carolina ranks 16th in the Atlantic Coast Conference in points allowed per game, and Florida State is just 17th. Turnovers will likely lead to easy baskets on both ends, with the Tar Heels holding a slight edge in turnover margin compared to the Seminoles. Expect a high-scoring affair on Monday night. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Michigan versus Nebraska. The Michigan Wolverines and the Nebraska Cornhuskers are set to face off on Monday in a college basketball game at Pinnacle Bank Arena. This will be the first time these Big Ten rivals meet this season. Over their last 10 matchups, the Wolverines have dominated the series with an 8-2 straight-up record and a 7-3 record against the spread. Additionally, the over has hit in 7 of those 10 games, with 2 undares and 1 push. The 12th-ranked Wolverines, who hold a 20-6 straight-up record but a less impressive 12-14 against the spread record, are coming off a tough 75-62 loss to number 14 Michigan State on Friday. They were 3-point favorites in that game but couldn't get it done at home. On the other side, the Cornhuskers, with a 17-10 straight-up record and a stronger 15-12 against the spread record, also suffered a loss on Friday, falling 89-72 to Penn State as 1-point road favorites. Both teams will be looking to bounce back in this matchup. When these teams met twice last season, Nebraska came out on top both times, covering the spread in both games. This season, Michigan holds the edge statistically on both ends of the court, though their defensive numbers are fairly close to Nebraska's. The Wolverines' biggest advantage comes on offense, where they average over 5 points more per game than the Cornhuskers. They also hit 1.8 more three-pointers per game and boast 5 players who average double-digit scoring, giving them multiple offensive threats. Michigan is also the better rebounding team, which could be crucial in a high-stakes, late-season game like this. Nebraska has struggled to cover the spread at home this year, going just 6-7 against the spread, while Michigan has been solid against the Cornhuskers, going 7-3 against the spread in their last 10 meetings. It's easy to see why some might lean toward Nebraska at home, especially given how important home court advantage has been in the Big Ten over the past few years. However, the Cornhuskers will be missing one of their key big men, Bayek Tunsil, which could be a significant disadvantage against a Michigan team that relies heavily on their 2 7-footers, Golden and Wolf. The Wolverines have also been one of the more efficient offenses in the country for much of the season, so the Michigan Wolverines money line is our full game side pick. In their 2 meetings last season, the teams split against the total, going 1-1, while averaging 144 combined points per game. Michigan plays at a faster pace, ranking 52nd in tempo according to Ken Palm, while Nebraska ranks 179th. However, the Cornhuskers should be able to keep up with Michigan's pace, as they average 10 more points per game at home compared to on the road. Nebraska's offense has been solid lately, scoring 75 or more points in 5 of their last 7 games. Michigan has also been consistent, hitting the 75-point mark in 8 of their last 12 games. This game should be a competitive one, with both teams fighting hard for a much-needed win to build momentum. The pace is likely to be faster than average, as Michigan ranks 60th in adjusted tempo and Nebraska ranks 172nd. Both teams are efficient at scoring near the rim, with Michigan ranking 23rd and Nebraska 46th in near proximity field goal percentage. They also both excel at getting to the free throw line, ranking 44th and 57th in free throw attempt rate, respectively. I expect Michigan to take advantage of their offensive rebounding, creating extra scoring opportunities and drawing fouls. Meanwhile, Nebraska will be motivated to defend their home court against a quad 1 opponent, especially one that's coming off a tough loss. This should lead to an exciting back-and-forth game with plenty of scoring. The over has been a strong trend in this matchup, hitting in 7 of the last 10 meetings between Michigan and Nebraska. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Houston versus Texas Tech. One of the most anticipated matchups in the Big 12 Conference this season is set to take place on Monday, February 24th. This game carries significant weight as it features 2 of the top teams in the league battling for conference supremacy. The stakes are high, and the outcome could have major implications as the season progresses. Houston, ranked number 5 in the nation, comes into this game with an impressive 23-4 overall record and holds the top spot in the conference standings. Meanwhile, number 9 Texas Tech trails the Cougars by 3 games, sporting a 21-6 record. The Red Raiders managed to pull off a thrilling overtime victory against Houston when they faced off in Houston a few weeks ago, adding even more intrigue to this rematch. This game presents a prime opportunity for Houston to exact revenge on Texas Tech. The Red Raiders may have edged out the Cougars in their previous meeting, but Houston is poised to even the score and solidify their position as the team to beat in the conference. Both teams have been locked in a tight race for the top spot, but Texas Tech has stumbled in close games recently, partly due to defensive lapses. Houston's offense, on the other hand, has been dominant against teams with defensive vulnerabilities. LJ Cryer is expected to have a standout performance, taking advantage of a Texas Tech defense that ranks 68th in opposing field goal percentage, coupled with Houston's top-ranked scoring defense, which allows just 58 points per game. The Cougars have the tools to outlast Texas Tech in what promises to be a tightly contested battle. Houston's track record in true road games, where they are 6-2 against the spread, further bolsters their case. While Texas Tech handed Houston its only conference loss this season, and did so on Houston's home court, I don't see the Red Raiders becoming the first team to defeat the Cougars on the road this year. Houston has been flawless away from home, and they've also won 4 of the last 5 head-to-head matchups against Texas Tech. This game isn't a must-win for Houston, as they're comfortably positioned at the top of the standings, but the desire for revenge will likely serve as a strong motivator. The Cougars have also been reliable in away games, hitting the money line in their last 12 contests. Additionally, Texas Tech's Chance McMillian is questionable due to an undisclosed injury, and his potential absence could tilt the scales further in Houston's favor. Even if McMillian plays, I'm still leaning toward the Cougars to come out on top. So the Houston Cougars money line is our full game side pick. When it comes to the total points, Texas Tech has seen the over hit in 14 of their 27 games this season, with an 8-7-1 record in home games. Houston, meanwhile, has seen the over hit in 7 of their 12 road or neutral court games. Despite being the third slowest team in the nation in terms of pace, Houston boasts the 7th best offensive rating according to Ken Palm. Texas Tech, ranked 10th in offensive efficiency, is also one of the slower teams, sitting at 276th in adjusted tempo. However, the high level of offensive firepower on both sides suggests that this game could still turn into a high-scoring affair. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Kansas versus Colorado. The Big 12 Conference will see a matchup between the number 23 Kansas Jayhawks and the Colorado Buffaloes on Monday. This game is the second time these former conference rivals will face off this season, with Kansas aiming to secure a series sweep. The Jayhawks won the first meeting decisively, 71-59, as 17.5-point favorites in Lawrence 2 weeks ago. Kansas is coming off a strong home performance against Oklahoma State over the weekend. The Jayhawks shot an impressive 52.1% from the field and dominated the boards with a 48-28 rebounding advantage. The only downside was their 18 turnovers, which led to 17 points for the Cowboys. However, Kansas managed to offset that by scoring 27 points off 17 turnovers forced on Oklahoma State. Despite the sloppy ball control from both sides, the Jayhawks put up 96 points, their highest total since scoring 99 against UCF on January 5th. This was a significant improvement after combining for just 124 points in their previous 2 games. The last time these two teams met was on February 11th, when Kansas secured a 71-59 victory at home. In that game, the Jayhawks delivered a well-rounded performance, shooting 46.6% from the field, out-rebounding Colorado 39-33, and dishing out 18 assists while committing only 8 turnovers. On the other hand, Colorado struggled offensively, shooting just 38.6% with 9 assists and 8 turnovers. The Buffaloes will be looking for a better showing in this rematch, especially on their home court. The Ken Palm rankings highlight a significant gap between these two teams. Kansas sits at 21st in adjusted efficiency margin, while Colorado is much further down at 92nd. This suggests a 16-point difference on a neutral court. Even when accounting for Colorado's home court advantage, Kansas still appears to be the stronger team and a solid bet. The Jayhawks are focused on stacking wins as the NCAA tournament approaches, and this game seems like another opportunity for them to fine-tune their play. While Colorado might put up a more competitive fight at home this time around, Kansas should still maintain control of the game. So the Kansas Jayhawks to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Both teams have shown more strength on the defensive end this season, while their offenses have been inconsistent. Colorado ranks 48th in defensive efficiency at home, but falls to 155th in offensive efficiency, according to Bart Torvik. Kansas, meanwhile, boasts the 5th best road defensive efficiency in the nation, but struggles offensively, ranking 211th. This matchup could be a defensive battle, with both teams looking to capitalize on their strengths. Statistically, Colorado's offense is likely to face significant challenges against Kansas' elite defense. The Jayhawks rank 5th in adjusted defensive efficiency, allowing just 92.1 points per 100 possessions. On the other hand, Colorado's offense is ranked 153rd in adjusted offensive efficiency, scoring only 109 points per 100 possessions. This mismatch suggests the Buffaloes will have a tough time generating points. Defensively, Colorado is no slouch either, ranking 65th in adjusted defensive efficiency. They should be able to slow down Kansas' offense, which has struggled on the road. Given these factors, I expect defense to dictate the flow of the game. Kansas has gone under the total in 8 of their 19 games this season, while Colorado has gone under in 12 of their 14 games. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.